Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Amateur Cooking.
Oh, yeah, that's the name of it. Yes, it's been a while, and we are back.
I am Levi.
And I'm John, and welcome to Le Kitchen.
Yes, we have a very fantastic meal. If you look back in the day, we made a little spicy chicken pasta type dish.
This is what some people would say is a hearty meal. It's consisting of Italian sausage, which is a nice, very flavorful sausage with heavy whipping cream and butter. So, yeah, we have a couple extras. I will give you guys a presentation of the ingredients right now.
First, we got some nice fresh garlic. Of course, you got to have that extra flavor when it comes to your pasta. Then we got butter, of course. Of course, it's essential with pretty much everything. Crushed red pepper, add a little extra spice and flavor. Parsley, more for design, but maybe a little bit of flavor, of course. We've got some pizza and pasta magic seasoning blend. It's actually really good stuff, so I'm excited to see how that adds. Then we just got your basic salt and pepper, then mild Italian ground sausage, market side, should be really, really good. Very excited to see how that turns out. Of course, we've got some nice fancy noodles.
Oh, yeah, look at those noodles.
Look at those. They got some mozzetta, dried tomatoes. Of course, stable when it comes to pasta, adds flavor, also design, and of course, homemade jalapeno.
Sauce.
This is kind of our wild card. It's not in the ingredients list that we originally looked at, and wanted to add a little extra spice, a little extra flavor. So we are going to rock with that, and of course, heavy whipping cream that's going to help. Of course, with
Thinking
pasta sauce.
it's going to help it make it thick.
Yeah. If you have to wake up early in the morning and you're in the same situation as I am, make some coffee at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Don't be afraid. So we got our nice Keurig, and I'm going to make some coffee to give me some extra energy when I'm cooking.
Well, as Levi is making coffee right behind me there, next we're going to get into is what utensils and tools you will need for the job. Right here we have our vast array of tools for chefing. That right there, that pot is going to be for doing the pasta, and this is going to do the meat and the sauce. All right, and right here I have our sausage. And if you're a normal person, normally you just cut the package off, but for us, we ravage it. It's open, boom, and ready to cook. Saucepan.
Then turn it over to me, make coffee.
All right, and you're gonna take your brick of meat, slap it in there, and if you want, you can leave the paper on for flavor. I hear it's really good, but I'm not a fan of that, so I usually take that parchment paper and just take it off like that.
Coffee's going to be so good. Oh, didn't see you there. Just finished up my coffee. It's going to be fantastic.
All right, and I kind of overlooked the fact that you need a spatula. That's important, but also the fact that you probably want to preheat your pan. This is amateur cooking after all. But we got that in here, and what I'm going to do is stab the meat. The more you stab it, the more aeration it gets and the more flavor.
Yeah, beating your meat is typically a very good, solid way at adding extra flavor to your dish.
It will also help it cook. Oh, too, as well, during this stage, it's controversial. Some people don't like to season their meat, but I'm always seasoning my meat. So I'm going to grab a couple of meat seasonings here. Right here, crushed red pepper. And me and Levi like it spicy. So we're going to add what some people would say a liberal amount. And then we're going to do a little salt and pepper. That salt That's pepper. Now you're seasoned. Now we wait for this to cook, and I'll get back at you when she's sizzling. Actively transporting and on the stove. Great job, Levi. You get a participation.
We're doing a lot right now. We're doing a lot.
How's that coffee coming along?
Probably really hot. So I'm going to put it in the fridge.
All right, folks. I got Levi going to town on the meat.
Oh, I love that.
But this is important. Make sure. So we got our water feeding. Always add a little bit of salt when you're going to cook some pasta.
Why is that?
Make sure the noodles don't get stuck. And there is our 1 pound of Italian sausage, all freshly cooked. No pink. That's really all you have to go for. And to have a little extra flavor, obviously, we're just going to reuse the pan that we cooked in for the sauce. So next on is making the sauce. All right, next, 4 tablespoons of butter. But since it's already about that, besides that little bit, that little nubbin doesn't get to go in. So we have that. And then the next thing is going to be your sun-dried tomatoes, and specifically the oil from the sun-dried tomatoes. So we're kind of going to do a little straining here. Just add some of that nice oil into the pan. Might add a little bit more depending on, but this is kind of up to preference. Don't want it as oily. We want it more creamy. So we'll do that. I'm going to let the butter melt down, and then I'm going to add in, we have a 1 pint. You want to add in 2 cups, which a little hack for you. Just leave a little bit on the bottom. That'll be about 2 cups. All right, now that we got her mostly melted down, as you can see, frick container. Got a little cream on me.
Look at that. So that's what some people would consider creamy.
Yeah, that's about 2 cups. As you can see, we go based off of what we feel like measurements over here at Amateur Cooking. Oh yeah. Now simmer over low heat for a couple of minutes. And next, we're adding our fresh clove of garlic and our chopped sun-dried tomatoes into the mixture. And I'll let Levi pitter-patter and stir it in. Alrighty, folks, right here, I have our wild card, chopped jalapenos. Me and Levi always like a little spice in our life, so nothing like some homemade jalapenos. Can't fix, right? I have absolutely no clue on how much pasta this is, but I think it's safe to say I probably should use at least half of the container. So yeah, that looks like, yeah, that's right.
Let's go with it.
Is it stupid if it works? Is the question I ask you. We only have one other wooden spoon, and you really want a wooden spoon when you're stirring your noodles to make sure they don't stick. So we went with the next best option.
All right, now it is time to add the Italian sausage into our sauce. And that is going to pretty much finish up the sauce here.
It's going to elevate the flavor
to another level, potentially.
Oh, yes.
The drain cam. Look at that steam. The perfect noodles flopping into the strainer. Careful. Careful. Come on. Come on. Oh, yeah.
There you go. Now Levi gets the taunting task of mixing that in without spilling.
Oh, yeah.
I will say our sauce to noodle ratio could be better. A lot of
We're amateurs.
And also, you know, me and Levi, we aren't about the carbs here, even though the sauce is oil and butter. But that's just besides the point. Oh, blah, blah, blah.
Today, chefs, we have... Okay. Well, as you can see, we are officially members of the Clean Plate Club, so that means we get dessert. Devoured. Okay. It was really good. So now it's the part in the video where we give our thoughts, opinions, and our official rating on this meal.
Only the most honest ratings here.
Yes.
All right. So it's pretty easy to make. And I'm a glutton for Italian, and the spice was perfect. It was like you could tell it was there, but it's not too bad.
Yeah.
Flavor profile was great. I think having that real garlic really helps out. So I'd say if you do this recipe, definitely have real garlic for sure.
Mhm.
But otherwise, the sun-dried tomatoes give a little bit of sweetness when you hit them, which is fantastic. And overall, the sauce is very rich. So
Yes.
we do a 0 out of 100 scale on our ratings here, and I'm going to have to give it a nice smooth rating of 92.7.
92.7. Very, very good rating. Now, my turn to give my thoughts and opinions. Just like John said, when it comes to the spice, if you're not a big spice person, you don't have to worry when it comes to this meal. But if you do love spice, there is a solid scent, a hint of spice, and it'll get you a little bit, but it's not going to burn your mouth off. And also, just like John said, the sweetness, part of it comes from the jalapenos because the vinegar that it's soaked in, but also the sun-dried tomatoes are also definitely helping that. So it basically hits every part
Yeah.
of the tongue.
Yeah, I know. I was gonna
Palate.
say this while we were eating. Me and Levi were eating in true silence to really develop our profiles. I was gonna just say out of nowhere, my taste buds are feeling assaulted, but in a good way because they were getting hit from every angle.
Yep. And I really enjoyed it. I'd say my rating would be a 90.1. 90.1.
290s though. That's very good for
Very good.
especially for Levi, because I'd say Levi's the more pickier of the two here. So
I will say, if you're not a big Italian sausage person, maybe lean towards a different direction.
you could switch it out with ground beef, and I could still see this being really good. But I think the Italian sausage goes well with the rich sauce.
Yeah. But that's pretty much.
That is been Amateur Cooking episode 2 on this channel. If you want to check, I'll leave the other one linked somewhere around here. And otherwise,